Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm George Donnelly, and this is the Buido Daily live stream. Just going to double check that my microphones are working properly. Looks good. Okay, so as always, if we're talking about building the crypto ecosystem, gaining adoption, building new software, just making everything better. Yeah, not fighting over our bags, not personally insulting each other, not my blockchain is better than yours, not just hodl. Not that stuff. Like, freaking build. Okay, let's just grow up and let's build this puppy. So my name is George. You can call in anytime. This is, you know what? Leave me a comment if you're going to call in so I can make sure and turn on Skype. So today I'm still on about the Petro. Frankly, I haven't had time to do a significant amount of planning of these shows, but the Petro always is an interesting topic. Anyway, so in case you're not aware, the Petro is it's kind of like a fork of Dash, maybe, who knows, some kind of Frankensteinian beast dreamed up deep in the bunkers of this guy over here. And here's an article from Bitcoin.com summarizing some of the latest news. So, it's hard to really know exactly what's happening because you check, let's take a look at Telegram. So you take a look at the Petro Soporte group here, and things don't look too bad here. Here's a question. Good morning. I'd like to know if someone can tell me why are there these differences in the value of the Petro. It's also like I kind of damn it. What's up with this? So I kind of want to let me just take this microphone situation. On the one hand, I kind of empathize with these Petro things, but on the other hand, I mean, I don't know. I'm really conflicted because they're doing something interesting, and I want to learn from it. But I think it's just doomed. I think it's doomed. I think it's a disaster. So, so several million people have gotten it. One thing that I didn't realize is there have been 2.5 million transactions, apparently. 1.2 million people have paid. So it wasn't actually 1.2 million transactions. According to here, it was 2.5 million, but it was 1.2 million, say, unique users. Let's see what I was going to... Yeah, and apparently the system is down for maintenance right now. I mean, it's just so bizarre. So yeah, apparently, let's see, 3.5, that's about 8 million. I thought it was 9 million, but here's something I didn't realize. The majority of the recipients of the Petro are people receiving a pension. Old people, really? Like you're gonna give a new cryptocurrency that's like half broken, and you're gonna give it to old people first. I understand, so the government of Venezuela has an ongoing obligation to pay the pensions of these people. And these people are probably, just like the old AARP people in Florida retirement homes, like these pensioners vote, they got to keep them happy. But, trying to get adoption first with old people just doesn't do it. Now, here are some things that are interesting. So the merchants are forced to accept the Petro at one rate, but you can buy Petros on the open market at a radically lower rate. So there's a huge arbitrage opportunity. You can go into the open market and you can buy a Petro for 1 million bolivares, and then you can spend it at 2.5 million. you'd like more than double your money. And this is Eduardo Gomez of who works for Purse, kind of confirming a concern that I've enunciated is merchants empty their stores and then they can't restock. That's the same kind of thing that's been going on for years in Venezuela. Like several years back, they initiated price controls on like basic things like I think flour. I think flour was one of the big things, and so basically the supply of flour dried up in Venezuela. So all the bakeries were like SOL. Yeah. So what they would do is they'd come across the border into Colombia and buy flour here and take it back, and of course they had to very carefully sell their product because of price controls. They like their cost structure didn't permit them to sell it at the prices that were established by the Venezuelan government, the price controls, and still make a profit. This is the kind of thing that's been going on in Venezuela for years. This is why 4 million people have left the country. So merchants receive Petros thinking they're worth about $60 a coin. However, so when they receive the payments via the point of sale, this is the point of sale software called the Biopago. Apparently, the Petros are automatically converted into bolivares. The Bank of Venezuela is rebuying them, but whereas the merchants are thinking they're worth $60 a coin, they're only getting about $38 worth of bolivares. Yeah, and some merchants are charging a premium when paying when people pay with Petro, and that's strictly not allowed. Apparently, at least one guy was arrested. That's kind of unlucky. And only charging a 20% premium is, I think that guy's probably pretty honest. But, in a socialist regime, it's the honest people who go down first. So I found a video.
Con tan solo 5 pasos, los usuarios del Banco de Venezuela podrán registrar y verificar su...
So here's an unlisted video about how to verify your identity in the Petro system. So apparently you have to verify your identity in order to get the airdrop. By the way, if you have comments, you can also leave comments here, and I should see them wherever you're watching, whether it's on Twitter or Periscope, Facebook, or YouTube.
El sistema te arrojará un mensaje para indicarte que tu criptobilletera ha sido registrada con éxito y enviará una clave temporal a tu...
So all of this is so you can get your crypto wallet, but as you can see, to log in to get access to your wallet, you have to log into a website. This is also kind of centralized. I wonder if it's possible. I wonder if they give you your recovery phrase. Of course, they're the only people making a market in this stuff anyway, so who cares if they give you your recovery phrase? All right, let's push that one down. That site failed me. So here are I found like the parallels with the crypto ecosystem today are kind of interesting. Let's see. Yep, still online. Okay, yeah. So once again, if anybody wants to Skype in and talk about this, drop me a comment, and then I'll open Skype and we can talk. you can come on the show. You can also leave comments. If I'm getting something wrong, if I'm missing something important, if you just want to chime in, you let me know via the comments, Periscope, Facebook, or YouTube. So here it says Petro could get to 4 million bolivares. It's like they copied this thing from this explosion, rocket, and moon thing, and they just put their. It's like they're copying. They've been studying the crypto playbook, the whole crypto shitcoin ICO playbook, and they're just copying. But the comments are always good, So in this area, the few businesses that have the Biopago, that's point of sale hardware, are not accepting, and there's maintenance. Yeah, so here's a reminder of the maintenance. And what this guy says, while there's maintenance, just eat your Petros. People everywhere complain. And here's a comment to back up that Bitcoin.com article. If you look at it, a Petro is supposedly worth $60 and 4 million, but it's barely 50. So if this is an official Petro account, I think, or at least highly respected, has a lot of followers, just finds it funny. Angry, yeah. So here this guy says, let's see. Okay, so he says, I'm losing $9, and let me know who receives it at the 4.68 million rate. When in reality, optimistically, they're going to give you 2,000 or 2 million. And who in reality needs the bolívares? ¿Quién necesita los pesos? They're going to sell them. Yeah. Yeah. So here's another one where they kind of copied the playbook. It said let's add up numbers. If you receive the Bono de Reyes, which is, I think they might do another Petro airdrop, and you change it for, I'm not sure what the Bono de Reyes is, but basically yesterday was, what is it? Dia de Reyes. It's like some Catholic holiday. And it was a major day off. And you change it for Petros in the Plataforma Patria. So that's like a major exchange point, government-controlled exchange point for cryptocurrencies. The minimum exchange rate allowed is 2.4 million bolivares, and you get this many. So, okay. So you get this many Petros, and hold that position until Friday, and I assure you that you're going to thank me for it. So it's like it reminds me of like pump and dump schemes. Just trade your bolivares for Petros and hold it until Friday, and you'll thank me. Wink, wink. Let's see. Here's somebody who got retweeted by that official account saying the Petro is the best option to come out of the crisis. Saving in Petros is to have your future secured. This guy says, yeah, it's because you live in Narnia. And this guy says, friend, how do you save in Petro if everything that you get is to spend on food? Yeah. Because, basically everybody's living, a lot of people. If you're not an enchufado, a person who's tight with the government, you're living hand to mouth. Or so people tell me. I've never been to Venezuela. I just learned from other Venezuelans about the situation. So here they're claiming Petro is a stable coin. It's kind of funny because criptomoneda estable means stable coin. It doesn't devalue. This is just a lie. And it reminds me of people, for example, in Dash, who are like, Dash is sound money. You should just hold on to it. Meanwhile, it loses 96% of its value. It's just like echo chamber, tone deaf. let's see. I've got some clips. Let's see. So here's something from the support group. He says, let's see. I have, this is hard to believe. Looks like a merchant. So he says, I have Bitcoin in my Petro app, and it's not letting me change it for Petros. Like, why? Dude, why are you going to sell Bitcoin for Petro? Oops. Let's see what else I got here. Here's someone else. It's not recommendable to change petros for money that's going to suffer from inflation like the bolivar. The petro does not devalue, so it can be used as savings. Yeah, and it's recommendable to buy petros to save. I mean, basically, they're just saying hold. You know, they're just hold. So I got this in a let's see if it makes sense to go back here. So I got this in a group WhatsApp group that I'm in. So it basically says, so they're going to emit there's going to be a Petro card emitted by the Bank of Venezuela. They're going to eliminate platforms like MasterCard, Cirrus Plus, and they're going to put a new platform called Switch Nacional. So National Switch. I don't know. And the banks will have to do that. Yeah, instead, Cirrus and Plus, those are like ATM networks in the U.S. And again, if anybody has comments, just let me know, especially, if maybe you could let me know the quality of the stream or whatever. By the way, I'm going to have at 9 o'clock, so in about 40 minutes, I'll have someone on who is from Venezuela. He's currently in Medellin, so of course it'll be in Spanish. Let's see. The bolivar will stay on as a money for, like small change for paying things like gasoline and transportation. The concession of licenses to operate casinos in these places, the casinos, the operation of the casinos will be 60% of profits for the state, 40%. So, it's just like, it's like they're just copying and pasting the whole crypto ecosystem, all the pump and dump, all the scams, all the manipulation. And that's how the Venezuelan government is going to sustain itself. Like, it's like such a perversion of the vision, but at the same time, like, you have to kind of take your hat off to the boldness of it all. At the same time, I don't think any of it's really going to work that great. And also, like, if they can take all of this and do a shitty job, like, why can't we get organized? We being, say, libertarians, shout out to my friends at the libertarian movement in Venezuela, and like double down on the real thing and use that. Because, I don't know. I'm so conflicted because I want to learn from these socialist guys doing their copy and paste in their crypto ecosystem in the developing world. But at the same time, like, these guys got to go. So, so they're going to decrease or maybe even remove import taxes for automobile, for cars. Which reminds me of a video I saw of really expensive cars in an exclusive neighborhood of Venezuela. Supposedly, narco money and whatnot. This is curious. The no extradition treaty signed with Turkey, Russia, and China. Let's see. In the national radio and television networks yesterday at night, President Maduro announced that from 1st of January 2020, salaries will be paid to pensions, cops, nurses, teachers, etc. So all of these salaries and pensions will be paid at 3.5 petros a month, and that's tied to a value of $80. We'll see about that. So I think I'll end the show there today. Thanks for listening, and in about 40 minutes I'll have a Ivan on the show, and we're going to be he's from Venezuela. We'll be talking about libertarian stuff, the Petro, all of that. Thanks again for listening, and onwards and upwards.